Hello, and welcome to another Dune lore video. Frank Herbert's Dune has long been lauded as one of the best stories in science fiction, and in anticipation of its return to the big screen this December, I've been exploring the complex characters that add to this rich and dynamic story. In this video, I'll be examining the rugged Fremen leader Stilgar, who will be portrayed by Javier Bardem in Denis Villeneuve's adaptation. Since this first movie will only be covering the first half of the Dune novel, I'll focus mostly on what we can expect to see regarding Stilgar in this film. First, let's have a brief overview of who the Fremen are. The Fremen are the indigenous people of the planet Arrakis, aka Dune, who dwell in different collectives, or Sietches, scattered across rock formations throughout the desert landscape. Over the thousands of years since their ancestors came to this planet, the Fremen have adapted to survive in its harsh climate. Their fight for survival shaped and molded every aspect of their culture. They are a deeply spiritual and hardy people who are generally looked down upon by the rest of the galaxy. But these people have been trained by the desert to survive, and underestimating them could prove to be a fatal mistake. On a daily basis, they have to contend with the intense heat of the desert, its devastating sandstorms, and colossal sandworms that patrol the land. This is a dangerous planet, to be sure. However, these dangers are a risk that many view as worthwhile because of a unique and valuable resource called spice that is only found on Arrakis. The spice is the substance the universe runs on, and it plays an integral part in the daily lives of the Fremen, even being a main source of their food supply. However, to those that call this desert planet their home, the most precious resource in existence is water. The Fremen go to great lengths to conserve as much water as they possibly can. Their whole way of living revolves around it. They have developed complex suits to help them preserve as much of the body's water as possible. Even in the desert sun, these still suits can help keep water loss down to a mere thimble's worth a day. Water is sacred to the Fremen. They are aware of it at all times and waste nothing that contains even the smallest amount of moisture. To do so would be sacrilege. They even have funeral rites that involve harvesting the water from the bodies of their dead, because a Fremen's water is seen as belonging to the tribe. This custom might appear callous to outsiders, but in this harsh environment, these customs are essential for their long-term survival. On top of all the risks the desert presents, the Fremen have also come to adapt to life under occupation by outsiders that come to harvest the spice. They have come to be skilled in stealth and combat. Dwelling mostly in the deep desert where no one dares to venture, their exact numbers are unknown by outsiders, and are grossly underestimated. They are a force to be reckoned with, rivaling the Emperor's own highly trained army of soldiers. When the story of Dune begins, the natives of Arrakis have already suffered much under the harsh tyranny of House Harkonnen as they supervised its spice distribution for 80 years. As you might imagine, the Fremen have no love for outsiders. At this time, however, the Honorable House Atreides is taking over the stewardship of Arrakis and its spice operations. And while on the surface this seems like an incredible opportunity for the Atreides, the Duke Leto sees this gift for what it truly is, a trap. House Atreides has been growing in power and influence among the other great houses. The Emperor is worried about his position and has teamed up with House Harkonnen to deliver a devastating blow to House Atreides. By anticipating this trap, the Duke has taken the first step in evading it. The Duke is an intelligent man himself, though also with the aid of his mentat to Howat, he fully realizes the precarious situation they find themselves in, so he puts a plan in motion to form an alliance with the Fremen. Unlike the Baron Harkonnen who mistreated the Fremen, the Duke sees their potential. They need what he refers to as desert power. The Duke Leto sends his trusted swordmaster Duncan Idaho in advance of their arrival to act as an ambassador to the Fremen. His assignment is to study them and to initiate good relations. And thus enters Stilgar, the Fremen tribe leader who Duncan befriends after his arrival on Arrakis. After learning about their ways and culture, Duncan comes to greatly admire the Fremen and how they've adapted to life in the deep desert. A day in the life of a Fremen is a difficult one to say the least. Strong leadership is vital to the preservation of the tribe. Stilgar is one such leader. He is described physically as radiating power with a thin nose and full-lipped mouth and a glistening black beard. And Stilgar also has the trademark piercing blue within blue eyes of spice saturation. Upon meeting the Duke for the first time, Stilgar came to be impressed by Leto's willingness to respect their customs and their genuine attempt to establish good relations between them. The Duke sees the enormous potential in the Fremen, especially if they resemble Stilgar in strength of character. Duncan Idaho plays a crucial role in the Duke's plans to form an alliance with them, with the ultimate goal being to enlist them as a fighting force. It really speaks to Duncan's character and ability that he is offered a place in Stilgar's tribe. This is an offer that is not made lightly. Every decision Stilgar makes is for the strength of the tribe. To be offered a place in it, one must adopt the ways of desert survival. Otherwise, the whole tribe could be put at risk. Stilgar is an honorable and reasonable man, and very staunch in adhering to the laws of the Fremen. As leader of his tribe, he has to be. The leader has to be the strongest among them. It is the leader who ensures the protection of the tribe and its water. As the story of Dune unfolds, we'll see Stilgar's leadership qualities in full display and the challenges that come with it. If the leader is no longer the strongest in the tribe, his position could be challenged. Ritual combat to the death determines who leads, and so it is a precarious position. However, leadership is a heavy burden to carry. One must think of the tribe's strength and water above all else. Stilgar's interactions with the different members of House Atreides reveal much about his leadership qualities. I really admire his fairness, wisdom, and humility as he puts the needs of the tribe first and foremost. Stilgar has been portrayed previously by Everett McGill in David Lynch's 1984 film, and by Uwe Ochsennacht, which is a really hard name to say. I probably botched it, I apologize. Uwe played Stilgar in the year 2000 in the Sci-Fi Channel Dune miniseries. It was also portrayed by Steven Berkoff in the 2003 sequel, the miniseries Children of Dune. And in Denis Villeneuve's adaptation, Javier Bardem will have his turn at portraying this noble character. I am really looking forward to Javier's performance. When I first heard he would be playing Stilgar, it just felt right. I love to hear how excited he is to be a part of this epic story.
Stilgar, the character that I'm playing, is a character that you would like to play when you were a child. So again, it's coming back to your roots of being able to play with something that it makes you happy, that makes you dream. That present, that gift is being given to me by Denis Villeneuve, and I'm really thankful for that.
It's so satisfying to hear when actors are fans of the source material themselves, and when they have a passion and deep understanding of the characters that they will be portraying. That passion often shines through in their performance, and I really look forward to what Javier will bring to the rugged Fremen leader, Stilgar. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, and if you're feeling the excitement for Dune, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And let me know your thoughts about the casting of Javier Bardem as Stilgar. Also, make sure to subscribe for more Dune and other sci-fi fantasy content. Thanks so much for your support, and as always, have a very nerdy day.